Meeting to order, please.
Councilman Polaro?
Here.
Councilwoman Dyson? Here. Councilwoman Laskowski? Councilman Seneca?
Yep, I'm here.
And Supervisor Schmidt?
Here. Can we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Moment of silence. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please have a seat. Okay, we do have a presentation.
Good evening, folks. I'm going to read this on behalf of Mark Pittifer from Waterloo Container to be entered into the record. Attention Seneca Falls Town Board. Good evening, Supervisor Schmitter, Town Manager Socia, and members of the Seneca Falls Town Board. Please accept this letter on behalf of Bill Lutz and the Waterloo Container Company. We request that this be read aloud into the record during the petitioner section of the board meeting. Since we last spoke to this board, the odors from the SMI landfill have only continued to be a problem for area businesses and residents. On bad odor days, our employees must hold their breath once they get out of their vehicles and walk into the office. And sometimes that landfill odor is in the office. We know that Bonadent and other businesses are currently struggling with odor issues from the landfill, and it is becoming more and more of a problem for these businesses and community. Sometimes, if we're lucky, we aren't downwind. After a month of following the procedures of the new system in place and having talked with area businesses and residents, it's our understanding that several complaints and depositions were submitted to the town with respect to landfill odor nuisance from Seneca Meadows as code violations in the month of February. Odor issues from SMI still remain and are not under control. We need this board to have Seneca Meadows mitigate the problems that they have created. Due to the number of complaints received by our own town zoning office in February, the town board should rely on the veracity of these complaints and vote to deny SMI their operating permit. No operating permit should be issued unless the landfill gets their odors under control. You can't treat one business differently than others, not to mention how can you enforce your own town codes and host agreement if you approve their operating permit while they're in violation of both. The odors are always well beyond the property line of use of the landfill and are affecting businesses and residents all throughout the Seneca Falls area. This alone is in violation of Seneca Falls Town Code Section 300-26B. Odor, no use within any district shall emit an odor that is unreasonably offensive as measured at the property line of the use. Waterloo Container, along with some other of the largest employees in our town and county, implore the board to hold SMI to a greater level of accountability and use your authority and power given to you. It is your duty to enforce the town codes and the host agreement and make SMI comply. By not approving their operating permit, not tabling it, but denying it, you will be sending SMI a clear message that they will, that until they mitigate the problems they create, they will not be issued an operating permit. Boards of the past have done this successfully, and it is your duty to uphold these codes. All of this should be done to protect the health, safety, and well-being of our residents. Mark Pittifer, Representative Waterloo Container.
Thanks for reading that, Peter.
You're quite welcome. I do have another presentation I want to do here. Is Rebecca Bly here, please? So we have a resolution here recognizing Becky Bly as Seneca County Women Coalition 2023 Woman of the Year. Whereas the Seneca County Women Coalition each year honors a local woman who improves the community by her volunteerism and has selected Becky Bly of Seneca Falls as their 2023 Woman of the Year. Whereas in 1991, Ms. Bly opened her retail storefront, Woman Made Products, whose sales benefited women and girls in centers and communities. And whereas Ms. Bly was founding member of the Seneca Falls Performing Arts Center and is a key member of board of the Seneca Community Players, which has received recognition for herself and our community with many theater associations of New York State awards. And whereas Ms. Bly has served as past president and vice president of Seneca Falls Downtown Business Association, successfully restarting the annual Canal Fest, now in its 8th year, and continuing to assist in the production of It's a Wonderful Lights Festival. And whereas Ms. Bly has been a key member of Women's March of Seneca Falls and Convention Day celebration. Now therefore, be it resolved that on behalf of the residents of Seneca Falls, the Seneca Falls Town Board hereby recognizes and thanks her for her volunteerism and dedication to community, and congratulates Becky Bly as Seneca County Women's Coalition 2023 Woman of the Year, a well-deserved honor. Can I have a motion to accept that?
Make the motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Congratulations, Becky. You received an award at Gold on March 16th. Thank you very much. Okay, do we have any petitioners today who want to speak? Please approach the turn the microphone on and state your name and your address, please.
Keep on. You're welcome.
Good evening. My name's Heather Benetti. I'm here in regards to the landfill. I'm glad that the town put something on the forum of Finger Lakes 1 that I can call directly into the town. That would have been useful back in February 12th when I left my house at 6:30 in the morning to go to work in Waterloo, and the whole outside reeked of the dump. So I called my husband up en route, leaving Garden Street, to ask him if he smelled the dump, or is it just in my mind or my own nose? And he said, well, I didn't smell it at 5:30. I go, could you please go out? So I have another witness before I call into the dump hotline that I'm extremely tired in doing, because yet again, and I just got the letter on Friday from the dump that took over a month to get, stating that, of course, there's no odor detected. Also, a week ago Monday, when I was leaving school, the odor was extremely bad by the fairgrounds that I called the zoning board. Gentlemen, I don't know who you are for the town.
Peter Purcell.
That's you. I left a message and I have yet not received a call back from that. The last board meeting, I did see that you did table the discussion because a lot of calls weren't being called in, which is true. But I did call in and I didn't get a return back from the town. It took about 8 to 9 minutes for the landfill to call me, or I was on hold to complain of the odor. So it took me from Waterloo Fairgrounds pretty much by Gould's Pumps for somebody to answer my call. And then when the dump returned my call, I believe his name was Daryl, called me. He asked if I was still at the odor zone. Well, I'm not going to stay in Seneca County and wait for somebody to come unless that's the protocol. So if there could be some clarification on that, that would be great. I did get some emails from colleagues at school because we just ended our executive board meeting for union, and fellow colleagues were going to Chichino's in Waterloo, and I have an email stating the extreme odor that they smell on Virginia Street heading to Chichino's. So, thank you.
Thank you. Any other petitioners? Okay, the floor is closed. Can I have a motion to accept the minutes from February 5th, 2024 meeting?
I make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I have communications A through G. Can I have a motion to accept the communications?
I make the motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we have some special events that we're working on here. One is the Kirk Casey American Legion Post. They want to do a parade. One thing I don't see on here exactly where the parade's going to take place. They're going to gather at People's Park afterwards.
Yes, I had major malfunctions with a printer that will not function properly. So I did the first page of that, but it will go with banners near the South Park Street, and then would be the speakers at the Veterans area on State Street at the park down towards Cuba Street, the end on there.
Okay, can I have a motion to accept that?
I make the motion.
Second. Yeah, I have some
Discussion, go ahead.
Okay. Lieutenant, did you guys get anything about this parade, or, so you know how to deploy your men? You've been involved in this?
Yeah, so we haven't gotten anything, unless the chief has something I'm not party to concerning it. However, it appears it's similar to the parades we've done in the past, which we're pretty well versed on where to push our officers.
Right, but my point is, when we get these, I requested that there be a spot on here, a box, that the chief of police has reviewed this, if there's gonna be over, 25 people or 50 people gathering, so he can know, what is going on. That's all.
There is, it's on the 4th page,
Oh, it's on the 4th page.
and my understanding is that the final approval from all of those people comes after the board approves whether or not it can happen, and then those individuals sign off on
The only problem with that is sometimes we approve these things a couple days before they even happen. But that's okay, as long as the police know that there's going to be gatherings of more than 25 people, they should be involved. That's all I'm saying.
I think that would be, if we approve it, then they would go to the police, because if we don't approve it, they'd be wasting their time.
They'll
So,
meet with them.
yeah, so, and it's not to May 27th, so we have plenty of time. So, all in favor of passing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, we have the Seneca Falls Rotary Club. So Frederick Capozzi, this program gives residents of our community the opportunity to donate $30 to the Seneca Falls Rotary Club, who will place a 3-foot by 5-foot flag in the park in honor of a veteran. The name of the veteran will be displayed on a ribbon under the flag. Flags will be put up May 23rd and be taken down on June 1st. I guess if you're interested in that, reach out to Fred Capozzi. All in favor?
Aye.
Pass. So-
Gonna be-
Motion, second.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we also have a special event permit application for Seneca Falls Little League. We want to do a parade, which will be on April 27th. They'll start at Seneca Falls Rec Center, proceed over at Bridge Street, then head west on Barrett Street to Kids Territory. Hours of operation will be 8:30 to 10:30. Can I have a motion to accept this?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, that's it for special events. This new part, we put in reports of committees and projects. So I got a little bit here. I can fill you in what's going on, some of the stuff in town. There is many projects, but this is each month I'm going to try to touch on a few, so some of us can figure out what's actually going on here. So the police department, they had a busy month. I'd like to thank each and every one of them for their hard work and dedication. Once again, the highway department did an excellent job with the cleanup after another windstorm. Thanks to Jeremy and his crew. They completed the DeMont Road culvert pipe. Basically, that pipe had collapsed and made a sinkhole in the road. They put a new pipe in there. It's 90% done. It'll have to be paved once the blacktop is available. So, but they did a nice job, and it makes the road a lot safer.
It
So-
looks really nice.
Yeah. The water treatment plant intake cleaning started today. Thanks to Joe and his crew for the hard work, dedication. I talked to Joe, he said it's going real well and it's moving right along. I got the rec center, they're wrapping up their basketball season. Thanks to Missy and her crew for the hard work for the children of Seneca Falls. On a side note, I'd like to congratulate the Miners boys for winning the sectionals. I believe they're playing today, they're state qualifier. So congratulations to them. The DRI project, first one would be involves replacing the skateboard park and installing a kayak launch handicap accessibility in the back of the rec center. Bidding is going on right now for that, and that is on 3/19/24. So hoping we'll get a couple bids and we can get the project started soon and have the kayaks up there by this summer. It'll be nice. Project 2, this is not going the way we really were hoping. That was just burying the electric lines and fixing up the walkway, railing parks and pads in front of the gazebo. Unfortunately, it looks like we're not going to be able to bury the electric lines due to the extremely high cost NYSEG has put on the project. We are still trying to negotiate with them one last time, but honestly, it looks very bleak. If that is the case, we continue with the rest of the project and continue with phase 3, which is work on the museum, but without burying the lines, it does not look like we'll be able to put the deck on the museum. So it's not great news, but it is what it is. The NYSEG has just blown that out of control, what they want to charge us to do that. I think it's what, somewhere up to $7 million now they're talking? It's just getting crazy. So it just keeps going and going.
Can I say something about that?
Yeah, certainly.
Right. Even if the gas and electric company did their lines, okay? If you look around Seneca Falls, like I've complained earlier this year, you will see that the utility company, New York State Gas and Electric, leaves the pole there. They cut off the top 4 to 5 feet. All the other people, the fiber people, the telephone people, and there's so many fiber companies in Seneca Falls now, there might be 5 or 7, who knows? They leave all their stuff on the other pole. So even if the electric company buried their stuff, those poles would still be up with all the people that have the fiber, the cable, the telephone. So there was no provision in that DRI thing to do away with that stuff. Who's going to bury that or move that? Those poles would still be there. The gas and electric company would bury their stuff for an exorbitant amount of money and just cut 5 feet off the pole. That was it. So what good is that going to do? So, you know, Frank, as a town supervisor, is looking into some other alternatives to try to move the pole that's close to the museum, the Waterfalls Museum. Maybe if we can move that pole and another pole, you know, and then there'd be the possibility of the deck, because the pole is way too close to build the deck. So if we just move the pole, we're trying to find out how much it would cost to move 2 poles. At least we could, you know, get the electricity so nobody could jump on the wire or grab the wire or whatever. It'd be, you know, so that's what we're looking into now. But as far as everything going underground, it just doesn't look like it was, you know, plotted out to have all those other utilities bury their stuff, the fiber. And like I say, if you go around Seneca Falls, you will see many places that have 2 poles next to each other. And there is no timetable for those other companies to move their stuff to the new pole. So that might be there for many years. And in fact, down at the water plant, there is a pole that they changed. It's been there for 7 years now, Jim told me. They still haven't moved the stuff to the other pole. 7 years. So, there you go.
NYSEG's not easy to work with, I'll tell you that much. So another project is the LWRP, which stands for the Local Water Revitalization Program. So this grant is about the Committee of Local Residents coming up with a way to preserve and enhance waterfront property. It's in the early stage of the planning stage, but on April 25th at the Rec Center, there'll be an open forum for people to voice their choices. It's going to be much similar to how the comprehensive plan was there. You'd go there, and if you have ideas on what we could do along the waterfront or something like that, you know. So if you can make that day, it'd be great to have the people's opinion on that. And the other project we're talking about is the water replacement meter. It's going well. Please, if you receive a notice for scheduling an appointment, please do so to keep the project going smoothly. If people don't make appointments, we can't get it done. So I would appreciate that. All right. So we have old business, the SI permit to operate. So we've had a few complaints about the odor. We don't have a full board here tonight. So I think the best thing we can do is make a motion to table it for another month.
I second it.
So make the motion.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
So passed. Okay, we'll carry on to new business. Got a resolution also authorizing the award of a digester cleaning project. Whereas the town engineer, Barton and Judas, Chamberlain, the analyst bids received by letter dated February 28th has recommended award of the town of Seneca Falls digester cleaning project as follows. Contract number 1 to Blue Heron Construction for $144,000. Can I have a motion to accept that?
I'll make a motion, we accept that.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. I have a resolution for Judge Kelly to attend the Office of Justice Court.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That is a budgeted item.
Hold on. Who's making that motion? I made the motion.
Frank seconded. Sarah, so. Okay, we have a resolution to move funds from equipment line items to the dues line item for the court. They're $85 short in their dues budget line. Can I have a motion to
I'll make the motion.
second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. We have a resolution to appoint a deputy town clerk. Therefore, be resolved to appoint Teresa Stevens as part-time deputy town clerk at an hourly rate of $22 an hour, effective March 11, 2023. Be it further resolved that Teresa Stevens will be appointed deputy register. Have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So carried. I have a resolution to appoint deputy town clerk. There be resolved to appoint Susan Tribble, is that right? As part-time deputy town clerk at an hourly rate of $22 an hour, effective March 11th. Be it further resolved that Susan Tribble be appointed deputy tax receiver. Have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? So carried. All in favor?
Yep.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so we have a resolution here for the genealogical search fee change. It's based on the age of the person requesting it. We took this off with the state chart fee the state set up. And it basically breaks it down into different amounts. For 1 to 3 it'd be 22, all the way up, somewhere between the years 61 to 70, $162. Can I have a motion to accept that?
Make a motion.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So carried. I have a resolution for the town clerk's 2024 conference. Be resolved, the town board allow the town clerk and deputy town clerk to attend this conference.
I'll make the
We
motion.
allow them to go to the conference.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So carried. I have a resolution of town clerk account balance. Where the town clerk office has been awarded discrepancy in the previous town clerk balance bank account of $1,202.75. So, to let people know what's going on here, the previous town clerk, her checking account is short $1,202.75. It goes back 4 to 5 years ago. That's never been able to figure it out. So we feel in the best interest of the town, we don't feel there's any fraud or anything like that. It's just errors that have been along the way. So we feel it's simpler instead of paying $20,000 in audits to try to figure out where this $1,200 is. Just accept it. We've come up with a new policy, Melissa. Thank you for doing that. Where every month now the checkbook gets balanced to zero. So this will not happen again. But that wasn't the case back then, and it's just, it is what it is, I guess. So anybody have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Second.
Anybody want to discuss anything on that? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Resolution creation of a deputy town clerk, whereas the town of Seneca Falls has been asked to officially create these positions by the Seneca County Department of Human Resources so that the position may be filled with appropriate local and state authorities. Can I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. We have from the Parks and Rec Department, a resolution for a Yankees game bus trip.
I'll make the motion.
Yeah, so, the way I understand it, we come up with the money first, and then when the people pay, it all comes back to the town. So the town will come up with the $13,050, and if they don't sell out, then we won't go. Okay, so can I have a motion?
I make the motion.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, I have a motion for firework display for Canal Fest 2024. It is a budget item, I'm sorry. American Fireworks quote was minimal expense of $7,000. No other fire companies supplied requested quotes. Can I have a motion to
I'll
accept
make
it?
the motion.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? Favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, I got a motion here. We're to purchase a fingerprint reader time clock for hourly employees. Our employees for the town require network access to provide to accurate reports of time and attendance. Now be resolved that Sonic Hills purchase the TouchGen Network Connect time clock for our payroll service provided for a cost of $1,900 and additional $17.26 a month. Anyone second it?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. We have a motion for purchase of a computing equipment for community center and network. Whereas the desktop computer located in the office of the assistant director of the community center is now inoperable, and we want to purchase one for $4,174.06. Is this budgeted? Okay, it's a budget item. All in favor? Or a
I
motion?
make the motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I have a resolution here to purchase a pump wastewater plant. We received 2 bids for a needed pump at the wastewater plant. Gatehouse pump was the best one for $4,499.40. Can I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Need a motion for a budget transfer for the water treatment plant, authorize the transfer of $44,982 from budget line.
I make
To another
motion to
budget.
transfer the money.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. A resolution to replace 2 150 horsepower VFD water treatment plant powers pump.
I make a motion we purchase the needed equipment for the water plant.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Another motion to purchase pumps for water treatment plant. Buy a lot of pumps out there, Joe.
These are budgeted.
Yeah, so I'll have a motion.
Make a motion.
I'll make the, I'll second.
Okay, can I have a motion for payment?
All in favor?
Oh,
All
yeah.
in favor?
Approve it. Aye. Aye.
Everybody approved that? So carried. All right, can I have a motion for payment of the bills?
I'll make the motion.
Second? Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
You gotta go to executive
Oh,
session.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Did we do a resolution for the, the oil changes and stuff like that? Not yet. We're still looking at that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, very good.
So, okay.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Disaster cleaning.
No, because we're just doing the basement. Yeah, so we'll just pick them up, yeah. Thank you. Okay, I believe we have to go into executive session.
Frank, are we doing
Here?
the digester cleaning project?
That was the first one you
Okay.
did, there were 2 different options,
Yeah.
I was not
Oh,
aware which
oh,
one was going to,
Yeah.
so I wanted to make
Gotcha,
sure I had
gotcha.
both of
Sorry
them.
about
Yeah, we're just gonna do one tank instead of both.
We went with blue something, blue heron,
Yeah.
yeah, gotcha, 144,000. We're going in this
Okay.
executive personnel matter?
No, legal discussion. So I'm gonna make a motion to go on legal discussion, into executive session to discuss legal matters. I'll invite the entire town board and town manager and the town attorney.
Well, I make a motion to go in executive session
That's
for
communications.
legal matters under the public law.
Second.
All in favor, go to executive session?
Aye.
Okay, so we're gonna go to executive session. I honestly don't believe there'll be much more when we come out. If you don't want to stay, I don't blame it. Thank you for attending and have a wonderful night.